the Bedrock Battery Compact 48 volt 105 amp hour lithium conversion kit for the Club Car Precedent 09 and newer, Club Car Onward, and Tempo as well. Your kit should have two large boxes that come with it, the battery and everything else. In your battery box, the first thing you're going to see when you open it up is this template right here. It's the exact shape of the battery base and the holes line up. This makes mounting the battery and deciding where you want to put it in your battery tray a lot easier. In the everything else box, you should see your install manual, a physical copy. This has Precedent, Onward, Tempo specific steps and tips as well. Very helpful for the install. Your round state of charge meter with a 9-foot cable so it can reach for 6-seater carts as well. Your waterproof 15 amp charger with self-tapping screws makes the install and mounting a little bit easier. Separately is your port plug, your AC port plug. This is going to replace your existing charge receptacle. This might be included in the charger box or separate baggie, so just check both. Along with screws, if you've ever installed on a Precedent or Onward before, if you just had this, it leaves a huge gap and doesn't look good. And so we have this patent pending Precedent Onward Tempo adapter here that makes the final product look so clean around your charge receptacle. You'll see how to do that in your install manual. Here are your cart specific bolts that help with mounting. They're long enough to make it easier when you are bolting it to your battery tray. And actually, when you go to tighten the bolts when you're mounting the battery, it's hard to get your hand down in there. You're really cramped in space. And so we provide this complimentary 12-inch socket wrench extension right here. Makes the install a lot easier. And then last in the kit is this. You might need these box. We're going to let it be a surprise and not open it right now. But definitely check that before you start the install. There's a few things you'll probably need. Saves you a trip to the hardware store. And remember, safety first. Before you start the install, make sure to read the install safety tips and guidelines in the install manual. There's some on the battery as well.
First step of the install is going to be removing your old lead acid batteries, which we've already done. Then you want to clean any corrosion, any dirt out of the battery tub. That way you don't have your new battery sitting on top of the old lead acid corrosion. And once you do that, the battery is ready to be put in. So before we put the battery in place, we're going to add some 2-gauge cables. This is going to be an add-on option with the Bedrock batteries. In order to put the 2-gauge cables in, you're going to need to remove this back panel in the battery bay. That will come out with a torque head screw on the top. The panel will fall forward and you just need to pull it up. And then from there, you'll be able to install these 2-gauge cables. So we need to remove the current port plug. We need to get a pick, stick it in either side of the ring here, and that will pop off this cover. And we're also going to have to remove this kick plate. In order to get this kick plate off, we do have to lift up the floor mat. And in order to lift up the floor mat, we need to take out these 2 torque heads on either side, which I've already done for this video. You're going to want to pop this panel. Once you do so, you'll be able to get out to the floor mat a little easier. And now there's some screws underneath here that, again, I've already pulled out for this video that are going to be in this front kick panel. There's going to be 3 of them across the front of the cart. It also helps to remove some of these body bolts. Having access to wiggle the body around helps with getting this front panel off. To get this ring off of the port plug, having a pick is needed. You just stick the pick in, wiggle it out, and there it is. So once you have the front kick panel removed, you're going to need to remove the 3 Phillip head screws holding in the plug port. Now this is an aftermarket plug port. If you have the original plug port, you will need to get back behind this panel to undo all the wires. So I do recommend keeping the battery out of the cart until you have the new plug port put in. And also, if you're putting in some new 2-gauge cables, you're going to need to have this panel removed, and you cannot do so if the battery is installed. I got the battery in the battery bay. Now, this cube battery was designed to work in the 04 to 08 models that have the center divider, and it does work with these newer models as well. Now, our next step is going to be to bolt the battery in place. You'll see there's some feet on the bottom of the battery, little channels. You're going to want to mark some holes. Then pull the battery back out, drill your holes, and then you'll be able to mount the battery in. And now the battery comes with a nice set of hardware, so that way you can bolt it all in place, be nice and snug. Got the battery back in the cart. I got the bolts installed. They're now coming underneath.
You're gonna see here that these bolts are really tight. You're gonna have to cut away some plastic. See my other hole down over here. So I'm gonna cut away some plastic here, and then I'll show you guys what that looks like.
So I cut away the spots needed to bolt the battery down. If you have a Dremel and just a pair of cutting snips, it's pretty easy to get done. I lucked out with one of these here and I didn't have to cut away anything. But 3 out of these 4 bolts, I did have to cut away some plastic. But again, the basic Dremel here, basic set of snips, was able to do the job pretty quick. When mounting the battery here on the passenger side wall, you're going to need to have a fair amount of extensions. I got a deep well 13mm socket and 2 extensions here in order to be able to get down and actually have enough space in here to move my wrench. But once you have these extensions, it's actually quite easy to reach. It's not bad. Now that the battery is mounted in place, we're going to install our charger. I'm going to install the charger right here on the sidewall. You pretty much can put this wherever you feel fit. Just make sure you have enough ventilation for the fan. Make sure your indicator light is facing up. Once you have the old plug port removed, before putting in the new one, you want to run any wires that you need to run up to the dash before putting in that front kick panel. So we need to run our state of charge meter up to the dash. Now, as you can see, we already have a 2-inch round hole cut. That is from a prior Lithium we had in this cart. So the Bedrock state of charge meter will fit right in there. Your standard 2-inch round hole. So the Club Car Precedents, they have the channel here in the floorboard where you want to run your state of charge meter wires through this opening in the battery bay, and then pick which channel you want to run the wires up into and up behind the dash. When installing Bedrock's round state of charge meter, you're going to need to have a 2-inch round hole cut in your dash. The meter will slide right into the hole, and you're going to take the provided bracket, put it on the 2 studs on the back of the state of charge meter, and use the supplied nuts to bolt it right down in place. Now, once you have this in place, you can take your state of charge wires. You can plug them right into the back of the meter. Your meter's installed. With your Bedrock battery, you'll have your choice of this rectangle LCD screen or the round state of charge meter. Now, you would not normally install both. I'm just doing so for the sake of this video. So this LCD screen will come with a bracket. I decided to mount the bracket right underneath the dash. It's a nice wire that you'll run right up behind. Once you have this in place, there is a back panel that will go right over the back, cover up the wiring. Now, you also will get a few more options with this LCD screen versus the round state of charge meter.
Before we install the 12-volt converter, let me first show you what all comes in the box. This 12-volt converter kit is the most well thought out kit on the market. Let me show you why. So it comes with a high quality 12-volt converter right here. Your wiring is all labeled, which is great. Has this extended orange wire so that you can join it to your key switch's power. It already comes with a male spade connector at the end. I'll show you where that comes into play in a second. Of course, you got your self-tapping screws makes the mounting inside your battery tray a lot easier. And then we have two different connectors that really save you a trip to the hardware store that you will need. One is this lever connector. This is if you only have one 12-volt accessory. If you have multiple 12-volt accessories, you're not going to want to use this. You're going to want to use a fuse block. Fuse block doesn't come in this kit, but it's an add-on, and you'll see that later in the video. But if you just have one, a multi-lever connector is included in the kit and works great. You'd have your 12-volt accessory positive negative wires stripped, inserted right in there. And then on the other side, you'd have your 12-volt converter positive and negative stripped, inserted into the other side. For the key switch power, this T-tap connector is included. You would lay your key switch wire down right there, crimp it tight with some pliers, and here's where the male splayed connector will go into the back end of this T-tap, just like so. Now connecting your 12-volt converter to your key switch power.
Now we're going to install Bedrock's voltage converter. This is a 25 amp converter, and just like the charger, you want to make sure it is in a well ventilated area. We're going to install this right here on the driver's side of the battery bay. And on this converter, you have the wiring inputs posted right on the side, along with the wire colors. Now that we have the converter mounted, we're going to connect up the rest of the wires. Your blue wire goes to the negative of your battery. The yellow goes to the positive of your battery. The black and red lines are your 12-volt power. These would connect up to your fuse block. You also have an orange line where this is going to go up to your key switch. Now that we got the key switch line ran up to the dash, we need to connect to keyed power. In the Club Car Precedent, the blue line is keyed power. What I mean by keyed power is when you turn the key switch on, this line receives power. When you turn the key switch off, it kills power to this line.
So what we're gonna do is, if you can see this feed right here, this is gonna be where we're gonna place that in the groove of the wire on our positive side. And then I also like to make sure I tilt this back here. This is where our male spade is gonna go into to tie that wire into our main line here. All you're gonna need are a set of pliers here to go ahead and do this, and then just make sure it's faced out. I like to go ahead and kind of lay it on there first and kind of close it a little bit here before I get my pliers. And go and fit that like so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clamp down, and you'll kind of hear this click here, and you'll see that that is latched in there and tight, and you can see that it's all the way around, and it should be right in that groove so it's not coming undone. And then lastly, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my spade and then go ahead and apply a little bit of pressure here and fit that into the groove, and just kind of push that forward a little bit. And then we're in, and that's it.
This is really nice if you have multiple accessories to wire up. It's going to come with a bag of ring terminals that are all different sizes for anything from sound systems to USB ports, lights. It will come with a bag of fuses. Now, it also comes with some stickers for you to label what each accessory is. You can connect up to 6 accessories with this fuse block. But if you only have one accessory and don't want to wire this all up, you can use the lever connector I previously spoke about. I wanted to show you guys how this fuse block is wired up. So you have your 12-volt positive and your 12-volt negative. This fuse block has the positive and negative markings, so you can't get them confused. Then when it comes to wiring your accessories, say you're hooking up a USB port here. Here's your positive for the USB port, and here's your negative, and here's your fuse. The next can be your lights. Here's your positive, your negative, and then your fuse. And lastly could be your stereo. You got your positive, your negative, and then your fuse. And it would be the same thing on this side, the positive, the negative, and the fuse. So on and so forth, so you connect up to 6 accessories with this fuse block. Now this kit's really nice supplying all these items. you'll get a 5, 10, a 15, and a 20 amp fuse. These connectors are all heat shrink connectors. So once you put your wires in, crimp them down, you get a heat gun, and once you heat these, they will shrink down and seal your wires. Very nice package that Bedrock's put together. We'll put this on the cart and show you guys what it looks like. We got the fuse block installed. So again, this is going to be your 12 volt positive and your 12 volt negative, and then your accessories positive and negative, and the fuse that's associated. Now I'm running lights, underglow, and a sound bar. And let me get the cover popped on here, show you guys what that is going to look like. All right, and your fuse block is installed. Now that we have the voltage converter completed and the display gauges completed, we're going to reinstall the front kick panel. Now that the kick panel is reinstalled, we're going to install the port plug bracket. This is specific to the Club Car Precedent. It's going to pop right into the original port, no drilling required. You're going to then take the port itself, stick it right in, use the supplied hardware. Your Bedrock port plug is installed. Last step is wiring the battery up. You want to have your voltage converter, then your charger, and then your battery positive. Same goes for the negative. You will have your converter, then you'll have your charger and your battery negative. We have another cable in here for another kit that we're running, but that is essentially it. Will also come with some terminal covers that once you're fully installed, you can slide right over, keep everything looking nice and clean and also protected. So before I wrap up this video, I wanted to touch on a few of the features here on the Bedrock Battery. The Bedrock Battery has a QR code on the top, which takes you to their website. Now the accessories we installed today, like the charger, the voltage converter, and the fuse block, along with the battery gauges, these are universal items. The plug port that we installed, this one was specific to the Club Car Precedent. Each cart's going to have its own port plug mounting. Now this battery is again the 105 amp hour cube battery, fits in all the Club Car Precedents and DS models. We also have the 105 amp hour narrow battery, which will be more suited for the E-Z-GO TXTs and a few other models. This battery will also come in a few different amp hour ranges. We'll have the 105 amp hour and the 150 amp hour. Now with those, they will mount in this battery bay. It will need a little bit rearranging of the cables, especially for the larger 150 amp hour battery. You may have to run some of these underneath the battery. But all right, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions, let us know.